Hello, everyone. The Acumatica Web Services are very customizable, very powerful. Not only can you integrate with other applications or services such as Microsoft Flow, but you can also write custom code to import data and files into Acumatica. One of the use cases that I've worked on was bringing in scanned shipment confirmations into Acumatica and attaching them to the shipment record. Our drivers will get signed paperwork from the customer on the point of delivery, and we need those accessible in Acumatica. So I have a proof of concept application I'll walk through, as well as make the code available. The application is written in .NET Core 3.1 and uses ImageMagick, GhostScript, and zebra crossing to read the barcode from the scanned PDF. This has been tested with printed forms with notes on them, as well as scanned images through my network scanner. The process would be to scan each of the files into a folder that's shared into the server. Then this program would be run through like a scheduled task to look for the scans in the folder and process them. If successful, they would be moved into another folder, and if an error occurs, it would be moved into a different folder, and then also make a text file with the error message. There are other things you may want to do for an application like this to be used in production, such as pruning of process files and email notifications of errors. But again, this is my proof of concept application that I'm sharing with you. Okay, so this is my shipment record that has been completed, but as we can see, we have no files scanned in. So over here, I have the PDF, and I'm just gonna mark it up and just throw some stuff on it. And then I'm going to save the PDF and close it. So this is, as you can see, it's under Shipment Import Shipments under my support folder. So this code is a small .NET Core program, and it uses a bunch of NuGet packages for ImageMagick, for JSON formatting, accessing protected data, zebra crossing. So first, all the app settings are in a JSON file. So we have the base URL, which is the base URL of the web service. So you don't want to go through the full endpoint and stuff like that, because the login and logout use that. So the GhostScript folder is where GhostScript is installed, because it needs that. And then for shipments, I have this is the default web service endpoint with that version, and then the shipment. And then you can see I have an input folder, output folder, and a problem folder. And these are where all of the files come into here, and then they get sent to one of the two other folders depending on how it is. So this JSON configuration is mapped to this class. And as you can see here, there's also an API user and a password, which is not in the application settings. So we are going to load the program and look. So declares a configuration, a cookie container, because I'm still using the instead of using the OAuth token, I'm just using a session-based authentication, and then also some valid codes. Some of these are copied from some files that I've used to import and export data from Acumatica Web Services. So first, this configuration goes and uses the configuration builder to load, to go to the base current base directory, load the app settings.json file, but then also adds the user secrets for that program, and then builds it and then binds it into this field, into this object, so in the class, so it maps everything together. So the nice thing about using secrets is you can set the configuration on the whatever computer is running the program, and you do not have to put anything in a code or in a file on the file system at all. It uses the secrets of .NET Core. So Once it loads that, it sets some status codes and that are different valid codes. Then I use try catch finally, all right, login. Then I import. If there's an exception, we just write it. You know, you could um, do like logging to email or something else, but most of the files are being logged to a text file, but this would be like exception logging in or opening the folder, you know, not an individual file that's processed. And then finally log out so it doesn't eat all your sessions in the web service. So we'll get into the import. So first, ImageMagick needs to set the GhostScript directory. You can go and download, I did 951.1. You could download it, or actually it was 56.1. I don't remember. Just trying to go through and get comments, but I'm sure they're all the same. So ImageMagick, you set the GhostScript directory. I'm gonna go and change this. You set the GhostScript directory to the folder from the config, and then we'll just do a for each and load all of the files from the import folder. So if it is a PDF, because that's what this was written and tested on, it's going to use going to load the ImageMagick settings, which this was tested with 7.1.0-29. Then it will set the density to 300 dpi, a little bit better quality image, and then it'll load that image into memory. Once it loads it into memory, it's going to process that image and convert it to a bitmap. And this is because our zebra crossing likes bitmaps. So we're going to declare a new barcode reader. We're going to set try harder to true. And this I've had to do in other applications. If it tries too quickly to read the barcode, and this flag has reduced error rates by a lot. And sometimes it can't read it and it just moves on, whereas this, it'll read it with try harder. So then it goes and decodes multiple. As you might remember, if you want to rewind, but we have two barcodes on our shipment confirmation. The first is a customer number, and the second is the shipment number. So this is checking to see if it found more than one barcode, and then pulling the shipment number from it. So, and then if it's not a PDF, it just pulls it from the file name and tries to get rid of stuff. So from the scanning file name. So we are going to then go and read. So this is the next file. So it's going to go back and read it all. And then it's going to give it a name with packing slip, shipment number, and file name. And then what it'll do is it'll take this file contents here, because it's rereading from the PDF file, and it's going to pass it to this submit request function. The submit request function is a helper function that I've used a lot that submits a web request, and then if you could either pass it JSON or a byte, and it will, and in the method, and it will submit that request and return the response to you. So this will attach to the shipment URL / shipment number / files / and then the file name. And then that is how it will attach it, and using the put method. And then once it's done, it'll move it to the output folder with the file. And if it already exists, say you scanned it multiple times for some reason, it's going to append the date and time stamp to it, and then move the file. So if there's an exception, I am writing a text to the same output file name, but with an error, .text, so that way we can see why it has a problem. So, and then these login and logouts are standard to pull the API user and password. It'll use the same submit request, send the JSON for the name and password to it, and then the same thing for logout. So let's give it a run, and hopefully it'll just run and disappear with no problems. Okay, because I didn't output anything to it. So now we're going to load back our shipment, and I'm going to go and reload this page. So as you can see, files 1 shows up here, and you can see the file name that we called it. And then I load it, and there is all the annotations that I made. So as you can see here, using a lot of different packages to help manipulate the images, and we were able to successfully upload a signed PDF to the shipment by reading the barcode. Again, I will have all this code available up on GitHub. Yeah, so if you have any comments, just feel free to leave a comment on this video or reach out to me on LinkedIn. Anyway, hope this helps, and I will catch you all in the next one.